Okay.
Alright, let's get started.
Let's begin. Okay, so we left off in the middle of a line. Right here, I believe. With 10, which means beach. But is that specifically because it's the one with water on the side?
Water on the side, a bird.
What?
Look, go to the...
A bird?
Yes.
What's a bird?
On the right side, it's a bird.
Oh, this is it's like a falconer.
Yeah.
Why?
Well,
Why is there a
seabird.
guy with a bird? What does that have to do with the beach?
Yeah, by the water. That's the place.
But why is there...
there's by the water and there's birds.
Okay, I don't really see how that's related, but okay. Isn't tan also used for other things that are similar in structure to a beach? Like other things that are an expanse
No,
of...
it's just by the water. It's the place by the water. Flat.
Yeah, no, like the big flat, just... Okay, I guess any big flat place which is by the water is technically a beach.
Yeah.
What's the other one? The one for like when you have a produce stand.
Oh, that has
on the left.
No,
is
on the left is a hand.
A hand? Okay. Wait, that's... Wait, search for
No, don't go there. Don't go there. Go there.
Don't? Okay.
That's
Irrelevant.
Shush.
Moving on. Guang. This is wide or vast, grand, or expand. But this is also, if you put it Guang, where Tui is push, Guang is like advertising. Right? It's like promoting something and trying to expand your reach, your audience, things like that. So it can be used for actual literal like physical locations or for that sort of figurative sense. So then that's these four together. Yin Duo Tan Guang is talking about places where there are a lot of rocks and boulders and expansive beaches. So, 沐风树生，言多滩广. Kind of sounds like where we live on the west coast, where you got the dense forests and the mountain ranges and the beaches.
Yeah.
Okay. Niao. Niao means bird. This is another one where it's a picture of a bird.
It's literally a picture of a bird.
It is literally a drawing of a bird. But over time, it's morphed into this sort of abstract-looking thing that doesn't really resemble a bird anymore. But once upon a time, it did. This has an alternate reading, diao. This refers to man parts, male genitalia. That's it. Why though? Why is this that character?
Well, it looks like that.
Like the head and the beak
the
of a bird is like vaguely...
Yeah.
Okay. Moving on. Fei means fly or swiftly. Swiftly because that would be like in fei kuai, right? Where kuai is quickly, and fei kuai is like, if you think about running so fast that you start levitating, like in cartoons and stuff, it means you're going really fast. Shou Beast, an animal, a creature. 走 is walk or go on foot. It also means to leave. I wouldn't say this means run. It's generally slower than running. Okay, get rid of that. Leave. Yes. So in this context, 鸟飞兽走 is the birds fly and the beasts walk. 鳞 refers to the scales of a fish or a reptile. You see on the left here, this is the character for fish. 鱼. And this one might be kind of interesting here too. Yeah, okay. See, that's you got a fish on the left, and then this is, what is this supposed to represent? Fire and feet?
No, this is like the scale of a fish.
What? No, but why is it saying that this is fire and this is feet?
Well, it also says like the skin.
Sometimes you go into the.
Now, some other animals that has those skins with scales.
Yeah.
It's all called this.
I know, but that still doesn't have anything to do with. Plus, this is rice.
Mm. No, rice just means like a little dots.
Okay, that kind of makes sense actually. If this top right part is the word for rice, then it kind of refers to how small and granular scales are. Sometimes when you go in here, it makes more sense, and sometimes it makes less.
It's I don't know.
Anyway, this is the word for scales. 潜. 潜 is for going underwater, diving. And then things are buried deep or latent in a figurative sense. Something that's buried and invisible. But here in this context, we're literally referring to diving underwater. 羽. This is feathers and wings. This one should be pretty obvious. It's a drawing of feathers. 下一个墙. Interior, you see on the right, that's you just from now, the feathers. And on the left here, yang, this is for the sound, right? Is it? For the sound? Yeah. So this half is phonetic and this half is for the meaning. And xiang means to circle in the air or to soar. So here, 林前雨翔. And this is kind of in a way, using scales to refer to fish and using feathers to refer to birds. Like the creatures with scales swim underwater and the creatures with feathers fly, soar in the air. 境. 境 refers to boundaries or circumstances, place, and condition. You put it together, 态, condition or the appearance of something. But when you put 静态, is like the entire area's condition is 和谐. Wait, hold on. 和谐, where 和 means harmonious and warm and happy, comfortable. And 谐 also means harmonious and settled. So it's saying all the environment, all of nature is in harmony. Now, 和, this has like a bazillion alternate readings with different meanings. 和, this also is just used for and, the conjunction when you're saying like me and my friend, or actually that's not even correct. My friend and I went to the store, or I bought some apples and oranges. For and also for combining things together, things like that. Now, 和 is for blending, like mixing together into one substance. And this, 和, but with no tone on it. This one is tricky to explain in English because there's not exactly anything like it. The closest thing I could think of is the way that people use ass in the ending of words like dumbass, or like, oh, today is a hot ass day, or that is a fine ass woman. Things like that. The way it's like, it doesn't intensify the adjective, but it's like a way that people talk. The difference though is that this, it doesn't have that vulgar connotation. It's not like impolite to use it. And then also it can be used on verbs, and not just adjectives. So like 搅和 for mixing stuff, for instance. Then we got 胡. 胡 is a very niche word that refers to winning in gambling, but most especially in particular games, like certain card games, and also mahjong. When you win, it's called 胡. 和. How many I'm losing track of this. Yeah, we went over those. 和. 和 is used for joining in the singing of the choir, or following, echoing, and responding and agreeing. This kind of everybody with one voice is 和. But in this context here, it's referring to all of nature in harmony. 物. 物 is a thing, an object, an article, or an affair, a substance, a task, products, content, any kind of thing in general is 物. 种 can be seeds, or type, sort or kind, race, a breed or strain, just the type of thing, or seed. This has got another one related to that, is 种, which is to sow or plant, cultivate, and grow. So does that mean that if you say 种种子, it would be the same character twice, but it would be the same, like when you say you plant plants, it's the same word, but one is a verb and one is a noun. And if you say 种种子, that's the same thing.
Plant a seed.
That would be to plant a seed, yeah. But it has the same kind of quality as using that. Just like when you say 跳舞, it's like doing a dance, but then also the verb is dance. Like it works as a noun and as a verb. And means peaceful, tranquil, and quiet.
Look at the word. Look at the
It's a woman wearing a hat.
No, in a house.
In a house.
Yeah,
in this context, in this context, it's not a hat. But isn't this sometimes it is a hat?
No, never.
It's never a hat.
No, that part is a house.
But sometimes they use a door for a house.
Door that on the side, not on the top.
What do you mean on the side? What's on the side?
That little dot, that little 这个点.
Yes, but I mean sometimes in words when they want that meaning, it's used like. Anyway, the words with lids on them, the lid refers to a house. So the word for peaceful, tranquil, and quiet is a lady inside her house. Okay. Yeah, see, this one looks more like a person.
Well, you need to remember that at the time these words were invented, very, very old Asian time. So at that time, if you can have your woman living in a house, that's pretty special. So that means, well, it means safety and peace. So that's why using this. That's why this way.
Yeah.
Okay, a lot of people living
what?
Shed, living
a shack.
Yeah, living
and
in a
not
shack,
in a house.
a,
okay, so that means when you say
a hole in
when you say this is a house, it means like a legit house, like a secure building.
Yeah.
想. This 想 means to observe carefully, explain in detail, or know clearly. And this here on the right you can see is again yang, which is used for the sound. And on the left, it's Yenzapon. This is the one that tells you it's related to language.
Language, speech, that kind of thing.
Yeah. What? Oh, okay, hold on. That's interesting. I didn't know it does that. 物种安详. But then if you put 安详 together,
安详就是 peace.
But this doesn't even have to do with peace.
No, 祥 is that this has that meaning, yeah.
But it's not listed here though.
Yeah.
Should you put is it somewhere in here that needs to be put?
Yeah, 祥 is there's peace meaning.
Where? Oh, I guess here, like composed.
Yeah.
I guess you have to put it back then.
Okay.
Because it does have that meaning also, but it wasn't in here. 物种安详. This is like all types of things are at peace. Okay, that is the end of our, what would you say, like, geology and some stuff about animals, but only in very general. Second unit. And we can go over all these ones from the past few days.
Dong. 汪土林野
I misclicked.
背翔三
And hopefully the sound of my mouse is not as horribly irritating as it was. As intrusive.
野卧雾太雨斜翔种木 胖，直，峨，微，古，荒，
You keep misclicking things.
红，
And then you have to wait for it to come back.
桑，地，飘，海，碰，移，撞，
You got it.
Oh, good. 继续学习. Continue to the next chapter. Let's see how many lines of this we can get through. This one is the chapter that I mentioned before that includes all the names, all the words that you use to describe all your relatives. Starting with 父, a father or a male elder.
Look at the picture.
You know the picture?
Yeah.
It's a guy. What?
No.
What is this?
It's not that.
No, what is this though?
Well, it's a hand with a
Holding
tool.
holding a what?
That's a, axe made out of.
Isn't that a piece of
stone.
rock?
Yeah.
It's a pointy rock.
Pointy rock. Yeah, basically.
Well, the father is the guy who uses tools to do stuff. Is that what this is?
Getting hunts, stuff like that.
Okay. Sure. It's a hand with a tool. 母 is for a mother or male elder. It's
Okay.
also female, like when you talk about animals. Like a hen is 母鸡 or 鸡 is chicken, right? 母, okay. This is just a picture of a woman.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here she is breastfeeding. So
Yeah.
that's why these are actually
Yeah, with
her boobs.
And particularly they emphasize to the breast. So
yeah, because that's as a mother you're feeding the baby.
Here's a very interesting linguistic difference between English and Chinese. In Chinese, because every character is single syllable, and so we use a lot of combination to
Combined combination.
Combine characters together to construct a word.
Oh yeah, because
So-
we call them characters. In English, characters would just be the letters in the alphabet, but unless it's like A, it doesn't actually have any meaning by itself. But that's kind of the difference between English and Chinese that way, is that characters in Chinese, some of them also count as words. And then when you say words and phrases, if it's characters, words, and phrases in English, there's 字, which we call characters, and 词, which we call phrases. But actually, the overlap isn't exact. So there are some 字 that you would call words, and there are some 词 that you would call words, and some that you would call phrases.
Yeah, and also let's say in English, 母鸡 say hen. 母牛 is what?
母牛 is a heifer.
Heifer, right?
Yeah, female cow.
Right. And then so
Or 母猪
母猪 is what?
is a sow.
Sow.
Yeah, there's separate words for all of
for
these
that.
things.
No, so the Chinese is so simple. You just put a mu and then
Yeah, and then it's just
Mu.
okay. Then you got a female chicken, a female cow, a female hen. But because each character reads one syllable, so when you put them together as compounds, it's not like in German where it gets super long. It's still easy to say.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing with the meats.
Yeah.
You know, like in English, there's separate words for every type of meat depending on the animal, and sometimes even depending on the age of the animal.
Yeah.
Like pork, beef, venison, veal,
Yeah.
all this kind of stuff. In Chinese, you just say the name of the animal and then 肉, which is meat. So you just say like chicken meat, cow meat, pig meat. And it's super simple, and you don't have to remember all that stuff.
Yeah. The reason for this is because in Chinese, there's single syllable for one character combined together, only 2 syllables. So it's still very efficient. But for English, then it's very troublesome. You will say female cow or female cow. See, too many syllables. And those
Yeah,
words,
but if you say something like cow meat isn't that much worse.
well,
That's 2 syllables, and yoro is 2 syllables, and it doesn't really make a difference.
well, there are a lot of words that you end up with too many syllables, and those words are everyday words. You have to say a lot. So the English way of solving this problem is inventing word with less syllables.
Yeah. And then the Germans, they just don't care how long their words get.
Oh yeah, they just put everything together.
Die is another word for fathers or male elders. This one, you remember on the bottom, this is do from yesterday. But that's just for the sound, isn't it?
Yeah, if you look at the picture.
What about it? Why would you look at the picture, isn't it? Oh, now he got the hand with the tool and he's doing it stuff with it, I guess. What is... Huh? I don't really understand this picture, I gotta say.
Well, yes, 下面是个多, the 2 pieces of meat is 多.
Yeah, a couple pieces of meat. He's, I don't know, he's bashing the meat with his rock.
Fatherly activity, I guess.
I guess. He's a barbecue dad. Nyang is another name for a mother or a elder lady. So fu and die are kind of the same thing, and mu and nyang are kind of the same thing. But die and nyang are used as terms of address, while fu and mu are used as terms of reference more. And then they're not in this section, but the...
Is your Papa Mama?
Yeah. The ones that you probably know. Baba, Mama, the colloquial ones for dad and mom. But those are the ones that are like the same across every language, because those are just the first sounds that babies make. Mo is to submerge or drown, or what? This is a little confusing. How is this both not and full and all at the same time?
Well, that's well, in Chinese, that's their convertible.
Okay. I think there's some words in English like that have opposite meanings. Like cleave. Cleave, it means to split apart and to stick together.
Yeah, it's something like that. Yeah.
Something like that. And you got your alternate reading. This is more common. This is extremely common. Mei means to be without, or to have not, or there isn't. It's turns things negative. Modifier. But 墨齿 is teeth. But in a figurative sense, it also refers to age, because of how, babies are born without teeth, and then they grow their teeth, and then baby teeth fall out and they get replaced with adult teeth, and then eventually you get, as you're becoming an adult, you get your wisdom teeth, and then when you get really old, maybe your teeth start to fall out. So it's the way that teeth are associated with growing and maturing and aging. And here, 末齿 refers to losing your teeth when you get old. 难 is difficult, hard, or troublesome, or bad. 忘. Hold on. We got our alternate reading over here. 难, which refers to disasters and calamities. Something that is really terrible events. Enmity, foe. What kind of 词？
这个好像不太用，难兄难弟这个现在不太用。
But if you say 难兄难弟, isn't that more like nemesis?
Yeah.
It's like that. It's like the frenemy situation where they're like your enemies, but also weirdly close.
Yeah.
So it's like you're so close that you're like family, but you hate each other to the death, like that kind of thing. But that's not super common.
Blame,
Reproach, keep out, ward off, refuse, or argue. 什么词用？
You know, 发难, like 发难 means you are reproach somebody or
Well, that's like you're
accusing somebody.
you're issuing a calamity.
Yeah.
If you think of it like that, then it's kind of you're condemning. Condemn would be an appropriate translation for that. Yeah. Okay. 忘 means to forget or to neglect. So 莫齿难忘.
Yeah, this is the
That's put together. You got to put it all together. It's when your parents get old and start losing your teeth, but you can't forget them. Like they're always in your heart, and you got to take care of them.
Well, yeah. Also, it's like you don't forget them even when you get old.
Yeah, when you get old, you don't forget your parents.
Right.
Yeah.
And this one means like look that one at the top means.
Oh yeah, this
die.
is the top. The top part means to die, and the bottom part is your heart. So when your heart for something dies, like you're dead to me, and you forget them. This some kind of sickle.
Yeah, it's like wanna to kill.
Yeah. 兄 is an elder brother, and 弟 is a younger brother. And that's what we were talking about over here, right? When he said 难兄难弟, 兄弟, that's brother.
Yeah.
姐 is your older sister, and 妹 is a younger sister. And when you use these, but 兄 also has the other word, 哥.
Yeah.
哥, which is used as a term of address, and 兄, which is generally used more as a term of reference.
Yeah.
But for 姐妹 and for 弟, there aren't other ones. These are the only ones. I don't know why some of them have multiple and some of them only have one, but that's just how it is. Wait is a threaten or some kind of deathly dangerous, perilous, precipitous, mortal danger, or like terminal illness, all that kind of thing. 困 has two main meanings. One of them is poor, weary, and exhausted and sleepy. And the other one is danger, difficulty, and being troubled or hindered. Getting tied up in a bad situation. 困.
Yeah, if you look at the picture, that's
Yeah, this is in the middle, it's wood, and on the outside, it's like tied up. So it's like a bundle of wood. It's just like when you are tied up in a situation. 助 means help or assist. And this on the right, 力 is force or power. So that's like you're giving when you give aid, you're like adding your power, doing things with your energy to help. 帮 also means help, and it means like a band, a clique, or a gang, a crew. And it is almost time. I feel like this next line, though, we could probably get through it super fast. 姑 is your aunt. Specifically, it's your father's sister.
Father's younger sister.
Your father's younger sister. Then you gotta write that in there. Because your father's older sister is called what?
Let me see.
My dad doesn't have an older sister, so I don't, otherwise I would know this word better. You know, next time we can pull out the family tree diagram and see all the words. But what about these extra ones?
Huh?
For the time being?
What?
Appease?
Appease? What do you mean?
Yeah, that's what I'm asking you. These are listed as meanings over here.
Time being appeased. Oh, yeah, that is right. But I don't know why they use these words for that meaning. I don't know, but they do that. 姑且 like
姑且.
Huh? Yeah, 姑且 just like okay, just for now.
Okay.
Yeah.
But there's no logical reason that you know of why this word is
I don't
used
know.
for that.
I don't know why this use this letter for that purpose.
Okay. Yi is either like your sister-in-law or your aunt on your mother's side. Or you know what? This is actually more complicated.
Mother's sister.
Yeah, your mother's sister. This is a little more complicated than I thought. Next time we'll pull up the diagram and we'll talk about all these family relations. And for now, we got a little bit of this, and you have this whole thing to review. Now if you go home, we have 2 complete lessons with 128. That's almost what's the maximum quantity? You can adjust it, right?
Yeah.
The maximum quantity of words that you practice, of characters that you practice every day?
Yeah.
By default, it's set to what, 200?
200, yeah.
By default, it's set to 200, and we don't have 200 yet. But you can change it, I think. If you go in here, your profile. Yeah, here. Your characters to practice every day.
I'm gonna
You can
have a
change
meeting
it.
to teach them that. I find out they don't know how to do that, how to adjust and everything.
Yeah?
So, yeah.
Well, I said I was going to make a tutorial anyway, in English. But this is how you change how many characters you practice every day. The review drills, and these are for the speed, like how fast you recognize the character in order to say that you've mastered it. This is how many seconds. So right now by default, it's within 6 seconds is green, and then within 12 seconds is yellow, 22 seconds is orange, and 30 seconds is brown. But you can change these. And these are the different sections about this one is like what words and phrases the character's used in. This is if you want the full dictionary entry. And then there's like expanded English and Chinese explanations. and then the abbreviated ones, which mostly we've just been going through the abbreviated English explanations. When you go through it the first time, you really don't need to go that deep. So that's that. Make sure you practice all the characters that you learned. And we'll see you next time. Peace.
Okay, bye bye.